At 2:17 a.m., the world was asleep. Cities were silent. Phones were charging beside beds. Families dreamed of normal tomorrows. But deep underground, behind layers of concrete and steel, a red light turned on. Not a metaphorical red light. A real one. Inside an early warning military facility hidden beneath a mountain, a junior radar officer froze in his chair. Because on his screen, something impossible had just appeared. 2:17 a.m., Northern Monitoring Station. The radar wasn't supposed to show anything tonight. No scheduled drills, no exercises, no enemy movement. Yet the screen pulsed again, a fast-moving object. Then another, then 6. The system tagged them automatically. Unidentified, high-speed, ballistic profile. The officer swallowed hard. Ballistic profile meant only one thing: missiles. Not planes. Not drones. Missiles. He checked the system diagnostics. No errors, no glitches, no false alarms. The radar was clean. His hands trembled as he picked up the phone. "Sir, we're seeing launches." Silence on the other end. Then a calm but sharp voice. "Confirmed trajectory. 2:19 a.m. Confirmation the missiles weren't random. They were precise. Every trajectory pointed towards strategic locations. Early warning radars, airbases, communication hubs. This wasn't a test. This wasn't an accident. This was a first strike pattern. The officer whispered, "They know exactly where to hit us." 2:20 a.m. The chain reaction begins. Within seconds, alerts raced through encrypted channels. Screens lit up in command centers across the country. Generals were woken up mid-sleep. Defense ministers rushed into secure rooms. Emergency protocols activated automatically. One phrase echoed everywhere: possible full-scale attack. And the most terrifying part? Time. From detection to impact? They had less than 20 minutes. 2:22 a.m. The decision room. Deep beneath the Capitol, a room came alive. A long table, multiple screens, faces pale under harsh white lights. This room existed for one purpose only: to decide the fate of the world. The chairman of the Joint Command stared at the screen. "How many confirmed?" "6 confirmed launches, sir." "Possibly more. An origin?" A pause. Then, enemy territory. No doubt. No ambiguity. The room went silent. Everyone knew what this meant. The problem with modern war and old wars: you could wait. Days, weeks, even months. But this was an old war. In the nuclear age, hesitation meant death. The enemy's strategy was clear: blind the radar, destroy command centers, paralyze response, and then finish the job. 2:24 a.m. The unthinkable option. A general broke the silence. "If this is the first wave, we must assume a second wave is coming." Another added, "Our retaliation window is closing." Everyone understood the implication. Retaliation meant launching their own missiles, hundreds of them. Once launched, they could never be recalled. The button? There was no literal red button. Just a sequence of codes, keys, confirmations. But everyone in the room thought of it the same way. The button that ends the world. The chairman asked the question no one wanted to hear. "Are we certain?" The radar officer's voice echoed through the speakers. "Sir, trajectories remain consistent. No deviation." No deviation meant intent. 2:26 a.m. Global ripple. Other nations began noticing the signals too. Satellites picked up heat signatures. Early warning systems lit up across continents. In foreign capitals, analysts leaned closer to screens. Are they launching? No. Someone else launched first. Who? A chilling reply. We don't know. Misunderstanding. The most dangerous weapon history had seen wars started by lies. By pride, by ambition. But this one threatened to start because of misinterpretation. Because machines saw patterns. And humans trusted machines. 2:28 a.m. Civilians unaware in a small apartment, a phone buzzed softly. A mother turned in her sleep. Ignored it. In another city, a night shift nurse poured coffee. Somewhere, a child dreamed of flying. None of them knew. They were minutes away from becoming statistics. 2:30 a.m. Final check. The chairman stood up. We initiate DEFCON maximum. Alarms echoed underground. Keys were distributed. Screens showed countdown timers. T-minus 10 minutes to impact. A general whispered, "If we wait and this is real, we lose everything." Another replied, If we respond and this is false, we destroy the world. 2:31 a.m. A single doubt. Then something small happened. One analyst frowned. I'm seeing something unusual. The room snapped to attention. What kind of unusual? The missile's speed. It's slightly off. How off? By a few percent. The chairman narrowed his eyes. Could it be decoys? The analyst hesitated, or something else, and in that hesitation, the fate of billions hung in the balance. 2:32 a.m. Time becomes the enemy. The room felt smaller. Not because the walls moved, but because time was collapsing. Every second that passed meant the missiles were closer. The digital timer glowed red. 8:14, 8:13. 8:12 minutes away from impact. The chairman looked at the analyst again. You said the speed was off. Yes, sir. Explain. The analyst pulled up a secondary screen. These objects are moving fast, but not fast enough for standard ballistic missiles. A general snapped. Missiles don't slow down for analysis. Are they weapons or not? They look like weapons, the analyst replied. But physics says something's wrong. The danger of assumptions military doctrine was clear. If early warning confirms, launch gives assume worst case. Worst case meant total retaliation. The system wasn't designed for debate. It was designed for survival. And survival meant speed. 2:34 a.m. Keys on the table. 2 metallic cases were placed on the table. Inside them, keys. Old-fashioned. Physical. Designed so no single person could end the world alone. But together, they could. A general cleared his throat. Sir, enemy impact in 6 minutes. If we delay further, our response capability will be degraded. Translation, strike now or die silently. 2:35 a.m. Another signal suddenly. A technician shouted, New data coming in! Everyone turned. The screen split. A satellite feed showed heat signatures, but they weren't increasing. They were stable. That made no sense. Real missile launches produced escalating thermal trails. These didn't. The analyst spoke again, more confident now. Sir, these might not be warheads. The room erupted. Then what are they? The analyst hesitated. If I had to guess, he swallowed. They might be launch vehicles without payloads. A horrifying possibility. Silence. The chairman leaned forward. You're saying someone launched empty missiles? Yes, sir. Why would anyone do that? The analyst answered quietly. To provoke a response. 2:37 a.m. The realization hit everyone at once. If they retaliated, the enemy could claim, we never attacked. They launched first, and the world would burn because of a provocation. The cold logic of war, another general countered. Or this could be the first wave, and the real missiles are behind them. He wasn't wrong. Modern warfare loved deception. Decoys were common. And trusting doubt could be fatal. 2:38 a.m. Foreign powers move across the globe. Other command centers were now fully awake. One superpower elevated alert status. Another moved submarines into firing positions. A third activated missile defense systems. No one knew who started it, but everyone prepared to finish it. 2:39 a.m. Civilian airspace commercial flights received emergency instructions. Pilots heard unfamiliar phrases. Maintain holding pattern. Await further instructions. Do not ask questions. Air traffic controllers knew. They just couldn't say it. 2:40 a.m. The hardest question the chairman asked. What is the probability this is a real attack? The room hesitated. Finally, the intelligence chief spoke. Based on current data, 52%. 52%. Just barely more than a coin toss. And yet, 52% was enough to end civilization. 2:41 a.m. The final minutes the countdown now showed. 4:58 the chairman stood. If we launch, there is no undo. He looked at each face around the table. History will remember us either way. A message interrupts everything, then it happened. An encrypted message cut through the noise. Priority. Absolute source. Enemy command channel. Everyone froze. Open it, the chairman ordered. The screen displayed a short message. System failure. Unintentional launch. Do not retaliate. 2:42 a.m. Truth or lie? The room exploded. It's a trick. They're buying time. Classic deception, but the analyst whispered, Sir, the physics match. What? If these were empty launches caused by a system's failure, the speed irregularities make sense. The most dangerous moment, if the message was real, retaliation would be genocide. If it was fake, not retaliating would be suicide. The chairman's hand hovered over the confirmation console. 2:43 a.m., a human moment. He remembered something his predecessor once said: machines calculate outcomes. Humans carry the consequences. He turned to the analyst. If we wait, how long before impact? 3 minutes. And missile defense? Partial interception possible. Not guaranteed, but possible. 2:44 a.m., the decision. The chairman made the call. We do not retaliate. Gasps filled the room. We activate full defense. No offensive launch. A general slammed the table. Sir, this is my order. 2:45 a.m., holding breath, the world unknowingly held its breath. Missile defense systems activated. Radars locked on. Interceptors armed. Countdown: 2:10, 2:09, 2:46 a.m. impact. The screens flashed. One object disintegrated mid-air. Another veered off course. Then, nothing. No explosions, no fireballs. No mushroom clouds. 2:47 a.m. Confirmation sensors confirmed it. No warheads, no payloads, just empty shells. The enemy message had been true. But the war wasn't over yet, because now, everyone wanted answers. 2:48 a.m. Silence after the storm. The room was quiet. Not relief, not celebration, just silence. The kind that follows survival, when your body realizes it is still alive. The chairman slowly sat down. Confirm. One more time. The technician replied, all detected objects were empty launch vehicles. No nuclear, chemical, or conventional payloads. It was over. But what almost happened would haunt them forever. 2:52 a.m. The world wakes up. Encrypted calls lit up secure lines. Foreign leaders demanded explanations. Allies wanted reassurance. Enemies wanted deniability. One sentence repeated everywhere. We were minutes away. 3:10 a.m. The truth emerges. Investigators moved fast. Data logs. Sensor recordings. Command transcripts. Within an hour, the cause became clear. Not sabotage. Not a secret attack. A software synchronization failure. A rare one. So rare it was marked as theoretically impossible. The failure, an automated launch control system, had misinterpreted a routine diagnostic command. Instead of simulation, it executed real launches. Empty rockets. No warheads. Never meant to leave the ground. But they did. 3:41 a.m. The enemy speaks publicly. A foreign defense minister appeared on state television. Pale. Tired. We experienced a catastrophic technical malfunction. There was no intent to attack. We take full responsibility. The world didn't breathe yet. Because intent didn't matter, consequences did. 4:05 a.m. Global damage control emergency summits were called. Hotlines reopened that hadn't been used in decades. Generals spoke softly now. No threats, no posturing. Just one shared understanding. This can never happen again. 4:47 a.m. What the public never knew. News channels reported brief military tension. Markets dipped, then stabilized. People complained about sleep disruption, about delayed flights. No one was told how close they came. Because how do you explain this? How do you say, you almost died because a machine misunderstood a command? 5:12 a.m. A private moment. The chairman stood alone in the empty command room. He stared at the console. The keys still lay there, untouched. He imagined the alternate timeline. Missiles launched. Retaliation followed. Cities erased. All because they chose certainty over patience. Or worse, because they chose speed over thought. The 6-hour war, historians would later call it the 6-hour war. Not because bullets were fired. Not because cities burned. But because for 6 hours, the world was technically at war. Missile defenses active. Submarines armed. Bombers airborne. All systems primed to kill. 6:01 a.m. Stand down one by one. Alerts were cancelled. DEFCON levels lowered. Weapons saved. Aircraft recalled. The war was officially over. Most humans were still asleep. 7:30 a.m. The morning after people woke up. Went to work. Sent kids to school. Drank coffee. No one noticed the extra security, the tense soldiers, the tired eyes of leaders. Life continued. because it always does. The real lesson later, classified reports would state, no human intended to start the war. No nation wanted escalation. No ideology was behind it. The enemy was something else, automation without wisdom, speed without reflection, power without pause. A single decision saved billions, one analyst questioned data, one leader delayed retaliation. That was it. No heroics, no speeches, just hesitation. The final warning in a classified debrief, one sentence stood out. Next time, the system may not fail. And humans may not hesitate. Why this story matters? Because this wasn't ancient history. This wasn't World War II or the Cold War. This almost happened in the modern age. With smarter machines, faster decisions, shorter tempers. Final line for video ending. This war never appears in textbooks. But if one person had trusted the machine over doubt, sometimes the most powerful weapon is hesitation. You wouldn't be watching this video.